For decades, Legion existed in secret, preying upon an unsuspecting world. So when we chose to go public with a global attack, I had my misgivings. But I was in charge of the heliporter, shuffling armies the way a croupier deals cards. And I must admit, I got swept up in the moment. I, Persephone Brimstone, Legion Minister, Queen of Thieves, with my devoted husband, the Minister of Envy. We joined the others to rejoice in our victory, but I alone knew the madness of the Morning Star's ambition. And now it was time to play my hand. When Legion forced presidents and prime ministers to bend the knee, they expected a new world order. But the Morning Star, he had other plans. Apocalypse, annihilation, the end of times. Though we were ministers of his inner circle, the Morning Star kept us in the dark. Except for Dr. Babylon. Long ago, he discovered the secret of dark matter and the crystals that channel its cosmic energy. Now, he was fabricating a crystal of unimaginable power. Power to transform the Morning Star into a god, to destroy not only our world, but reality itself. How I uncovered their secrets, I will not say. But I made my own arrangements. And my command of the Ark gave me the perfect escape. So I put an end to Dr. Babylon's little science project and started a war to take back this world from Legion. With the Ark in my possession, I could go anywhere in the world. From the bottom of the ocean to the peaks of the Himalayas, and Legion could do nothing about it. As I indulged my appetite for world travel, the others asked how my dear husband failed to stop my treachery. I never told him what I learned about the Morning Star. And so my darling husband destroyed my one true eternal love. The place I held most dear in my heart. Even I could not foresee his monstrosity. My intention was not to run from Legion, but to fight. I had the expertise. I had my wealthy patrons. I had a mobile fortress. All I needed was an army to wipe Legion off the face of this earth. And this is how Mayhem was born.
Welcome to Mayhem, Agent. You now stand on the front lines in the global war against the forces of evil. A war that began on a day none of us will ever forget.
Reports of multiple terrorist attacks,
both civilian and military targets.
Precipitando fuego. Tengan cuidado.
On the 30th of October, a terrorist army appeared out of nowhere, shattering the global power structure in one fell swoop. No one had ever seen anything like them before. Teleportation technology instantly placed them where they could do the most harm. Their weapons and vehicles, powered by dark matter, overwhelmed all conventional forces. They wiped out entire armies and somehow eliminated every nuclear weapon on Earth. The death toll was in the millions, from Moscow to Seoul to Poor doomed 𝐒𝐚𝐬. The devastation reached every corner of the globe. Only in the aftermath did we learn the destructive power of Legion, the private army of a man known only as the Morning Star. The remnants of the world's militaries retreated to their homelands. It seemed no one could stop the Morning Star's rise. Fortunately, Ultor Corporation enlisted the one person capable of striking back at Legion on their own ruthless terms.
Stop. I can't take anymore.
What? This is what you asked for.
No, Friday. I wanted instructional content, not melodrama, not this terror porn. Who selected this content anyway?
Our psych department geared it for maximum appeal to the borderline types you tend to recruit. New agents need to feel they've joined their kind of crusade, and they need a leader they can believe in.
Please. They all know I used to work for the Morning Star. At best with me, it is a case of bad versus evil. Anyway, they're not in this fight for my sake. They all have their own reasons for saving the world.
I killed my Oyabun, yes. But when the Yakuza was infected by the Ministry of Greed, it was my duty to purge everything they had tainted. Persephone understands the depths I will go to save the honor and traditions of my house. It was a risk inviting me to join Mayhem, but she needed an agent capable of doing what needs to be done, regardless of where that leads.
They say that every woman has a story. I have millions. The problem is knowing which ones to tell. My past is no less shrouded than my face. That's how I prefer it. For others not to know whether I'm smiling or crying. But these days, I do little of either, and few of the stories I choose to tell are true. Someday, people will know why I fight. But for now, my secrets are safe with Persephone. The only woman I've ever met who has more stories than I do.
I never thought unifying Stillwater was impossible. The Vice Kings, West Side Rollers, and Los Carnales had been fighting for years, but I knew I had what it took to get the job done. We all wanted the same things, and we had a better chance at getting them if we worked together. Figured making them a deal was worth a shot. And I was right. Life was good. We had it all. Nobody was making us scared to walk the streets. But on Devil's Night, the Ministry of Gluttony invaded. Probably thought we were easy targets. Instead, they ran right into a united front. Legion had no idea what hit them. Turns out Persephone remembered me when she decided to start saving the world. Guess I made an impression. And hey, I'm always looking to grow my brand.
Ever been in a coma? Imagine the worst night of your life, playing on loop. One night your soul's finest, serving and protecting the people. Next thing you know, Joe Shitbag and his merry band of fuckwits show up. So you do your job. But then, of course, your job gets harder. They send in Joe Shitbag's big brother. And maybe you get a little too enthusiastic, because maybe you don't understand just how flammable dark matter is. And poof. A year of your life goes up in smoke. You wake up to find they've replaced you with a machine. Some call it progress. I call it bullshit. Good to know there's people out there who agree with me. Now I'm locked, loaded, and ready for revenge. You know, just as soon as they take out my catheter.
Okay, you want to know how I got into Mayhem? Why not? When you've hacked every government agency by the age of 14, it's hard to keep finding new challenges in life. When they finally caught me a couple years later, they wanted to lock me away forever. That didn't last long. Turns out the FBI thought putting my talents to use for them instead of against them was a better idea. Can't say I disagree. After all, building complex weapons was a breeze, and I could hack just about anything on the planet. Still, being a government spook just wasn't thrilling enough. I mean, they never let me out in the field where all the action was. So I found something a hell of a lot better.
It had been just another glorious day on the set of my critically acclaimed show, Bound by Law, No Escape. My star was rising fast. But then it all ended with a freak accident. That failed jumper's death could have been career-ending for me. But luckily, my agent was well connected. He made a single call to Ultor. They buried my mistake and hooked me up with Mayhem. I've been Persephone's PR man ever since. If you hear about innocent casualties, I say to you, just remember the price of protecting our children. Have a city blown to hell? Well, that's just job creation, babe. Trust me, I'm Hollywood, the face of Mayhem.
Rio de Janeiro, pirate capital of the world. I was a legend there. I had all the best toys, and if you wanted something stolen, you came to me. So why did I join Mayhem? I got hired to steal something not even Legion could get at. I didn't care why, as long as the money was right. Turned out it wasn't a heist. It was a job interview. And Persephone liked what she saw. I decided to stick around. Every day brings something new. And I like the toys here even better.
Why did I join Mayhem? You have to ask. When Legion attacked my fleet, the Admiral called us back to Norfolk. Tactical retreat, he said. It's bullshit. The man can tell himself whatever lets him sleep at night. But me, I know better. I was there, in the shit, when Legion reared its ugly ass head. A few thousand of my buddies are sleeping with the fishes now. And there's no way on God's green earth I'm letting Legion get away with that.
I was an agent in Mayhem in a previous life. sent to search for survivors after the attacks on Devil's Night. But I only found death. Dying was not easy for me. Even if you do everything perfectly, one day your body will fail and the abyss will swallow you. Second chances are not nature's way, but there are some things that even nature cannot control. Whoever or whatever it was, they delivered me into this life and granted me a higher form. This body is no longer under nature's control.
There's nothing wrong with cheering for your favorite team. Especially against a team like Legion. Especially when they come into your house and fuck up your shit and play with your fucking action figures! Mayhem wanted me because of my enthusiasm. I knew how to get a crowd going and keep things moving in the right direction. But now, even though I cheer for a different team, it feels just like home.
My mother always said if you want to do your best, you must look your best. And while I always tried to please her, I was my father's daughter as well. So when Legion came looking for my father's work, I couldn't let them succeed. After we escaped, my family was offered government protection. I took a different path. Now I can protect everyone and everything I love. And don't worry, Mother, I'll do it in style.
As an immunologist, I was a hunter, tracking the sources of disease. Then a man-made plague hit Mumbai, spreading like wildfire across the subcontinent. Somehow, the madman of Legion infused the virus with the unholy power of dark matter. So I stole their medical technology, but there was just too little of it, and I had a nation to heal. Then came an offer that may one day help me capture all the Legion medicine I need. I do not trust Persephone, but I will risk anything to avenge my country and cure my people.
Trust. That's all I ever asked for. All I ever wanted. From anyone. That's how the world works. We have to trust each other. Things break when trust is lost. My whole family has served this country. From the Big Split to Desert Storm. America is in my blood. I trusted America. I trusted the Corps. I'm gonna hunt down every last one of those motherfuckers I trained. Everybody I put into Legion's hands. I'm gonna make Legion pay. And you can trust me on that.
Who was I before this? When you are as big as I am, everyone assumes you are just a mindless brute. But my knowledge of strategy, tactics, where I stood out as a soldier. And I was a soldier for Mother Russia first and foremost. Our government fell on Devil's Night, but our people fought back. A new revolution, and my country became stronger than ever. Stronger even than me. So I volunteered for an experiment to turn a mere soldier into Russia's greatest protector, the Cold Warrior.
Why did I join Mayhem? Seriously? You ask a question like that, I'm sure you get all kinds of answers, huh? Fighting the good fight, getting revenge, redeeming some past crime, trying to unlock a mysterious past, or secure some brighter future, maybe even chasing some fame. I bet you get all sorts of answers. Yeah, well, sorry to say, I'm just not that complicated. When you're built like a brick shithouse and all you care about is fucking and fighting, and then something comes along like Devil's Night, what the hell else are you supposed to do?
Fame. These days, they'll give it to anyone. You don't even necessarily have to possess any discernible talent. Take your next target, for example. Of all Legion's vile lieutenants, none is more annoying than August Gaunt. His music alone terrorizes millions of people. Yet the world's youth can't get enough of him. Gaunt was able to buy his way into Legion, a place he could perfect his technological marvels. And as long as the Ministry of Pride gets its cut, Dr. Babylon will overlook his extravagances. But the clock has struck midnight for Mr. Gaunt, Agent. It's time for you to put an end to his party. Agent, our next target is Buckley Roberts, alias Steeltoe, last seen at the August Gaunt concert.
We have intel he just received a major shipment. We can intercept it at the cargo depot.
But first, you must understand what you are up against. Buckley Roberts never valued human life. He thought that we were oblivious, ignorant of our days ticking away, that at our core we were vulnerable, powerless. He became convinced that technology was an umbilical cord to immortality. Now his life revolves only around the next upgrade, the next enhancement. Steeltoe is an addict, hunting for transcendence. Stop him quickly, before he becomes something far more dangerous. A concerning video has surfaced on the internet, which I believe we should take note of. Speaking from experience, a woman scorned is a dangerous adversary.
Well, I mean, this is literally what I was made to do. It's all I've ever known.
Aisha had it all. Fame, talent, beauty. But their accomplishments were followed by tragedy.
Buckley was the first man I'd ever met that wasn't August Gaunt.
Their love, however, was short-lived. The monstrous force known as Mayhem murdered their poor husband on their wedding night.
All we wanted was to merge into a super being. But no! Mayhem just wouldn't let us be happy.
But Aisha did not get discouraged. Together, they were determined to rise above any obstacle.
When the world sees what we've been working on, I think they'll really feel our pain.
We're detecting a massive surge in the soul energy grid. The source is the fusion reactor exhibit.
Gremlin thinks Hammersmith is the most likely culprit, and Rama confirmed he is now in Seoul.
Hammersmith is the nom de guerre of Magnus Thoresen, a designer of weapons. At one time, he sold his services to the highest bidder. Allegiance or ideology did not matter, only his passion to create. Then one day, he simply vanished. Dr. Babylon thought he could force the Swedish upstart to work for Legion. But coercion was unnecessary. Thoresen was eager to join the Ministry of Pride. They were a match made in heaven. Whatever technological monstrosity he plans to unleash, you must stop him. It seems that Legion thinks they have thrown a curveball at us. Let us hope she turns out to be a boomerang. Ariadne was truly a marvel to work with. Her programming skills were second to none, and she had a wild genius to her that Dr. Babylon could never dream of surpassing. It is a pity what happened to her. There had been rumors circulating about why Babylon implanted a control chip in her brain. Whatever the reason, it didn't work. She overcame that chip by sheer will. Too bad her efforts drove her completely mad. Be careful when you encounter her, Agent. Don't underestimate her. She is the definition of unpredictable. Agents, what we have done in our battle against Legion has shaped us as people. Some are better for it, others perhaps not so much. But alas, we cannot unring the bell. Had he chosen a different path, Dr. Osmond Timur would be known as the greatest scientific mind of our age. Instead, he labored in obscurity for decades, serving only one master, the Morning Star, who recognized Dr. Timur's genius. In time, he unlocked the secrets of dark matter and the crystals that power the exotic weaponry of Legion. Death rays, blaster tanks, murder bots, an unstoppable army to conquer the world. But this was only the beginning. If he and the Morning Star succeed, they will annihilate all we know, love, and cherish in this world.